Good morning, saints. You know, in the times that we live in, some might be thinking about the book of Revelation about this time. And knowing the book of Revelation, they're probably a little apprehensive. I mean, it's a book about what? Beasts, dragons, tribulation, things falling out of the sky. It's a book that can be rather troublesome and make one a little bit apprehensive about what's going on around them. But that's not what the book is about. Those things is the backstory. The story is about Jesus. That's why it's called the book of the Revelation of Jesus Christ. It's a story about what God is doing to restore justice in an unjust world. The book is laid out in a pattern that the ancients used, and it's called, in technical terms, a chiasm. And a chiasm is just an inverse parallel, how things balance out to tell the story. And in this chiasm, the first and the last part of it in the Bible, or the book of Revelation, tells us about how Jesus is with his church. It begins in chapter 1 with Jesus with his church militant. That's the 7 churches that are here on earth, the churches that exist in the sinful world. And however bad those 7 churches are, whatever problems they have, I want you to realize that Jesus is with his church. He never abandons them. Even the church of Laodicea, which has no commendations, he tells them, "I chastise those whom I love." There's hope for even Laodicea. He may not have anything good to say, but he's for the church. He wants the church to receive. That's why he counsels it to buy of him, and he names the 3 things. The gold tried in fire, the white remnant, and the eye salve. So he wants them purified. He's on their side. And in the back of the book, at the end, the last part, beginning in chapter 21, we see where there's a new heaven and new earth. And in that new heaven and new earth, the new Jerusalem comes down. And God says, "Behold, my dwelling place is with man." God is dwelling with us. You know, back in Exodus, God tells him to build him a sanctuary. He says, "Build me a sanctuary that I might dwell with you." But here in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, the city comes down and God says, "Now you dwell with me." And this is our dwelling place. And Christ is now back again with his church. But this time, it's the church victorious. It begins on earth and ends on earth. And in between is the story that takes place in heaven about what God is doing, things in heaven and on earth, to restore justice in an unjust world, to take back this kingdom of darkness from Satan. The book of Revelation is really a book of good news. Some people call it the 5th gospel. And in many ways it is. So don't be stressed out about what's happening or stressed out about the book of Revelation. In the book of Revelation, we have hope. Jesus is with his church, and he's with you today. God bless you.